Well, good morning. I am Diana Phillips, and I serve as an area director in travel ministry. And I am just excited to be here to introduce you to Jen Cowart. We're going to be talking about the upcoming in January 26th women's retreat that you are going to be speaker. So again, just excited that you're here and super excited for all those potential guests that are going to register for that cruise for next January. So I'd like to just begin by asking you if you could share a bit about your background and your journey to ministry.
Yes, absolutely. Well, nice to be with you and nice to meet you, Diana. So I have been really in ministry since I was a teenager, but I have worked in missions, in inner city missions. I did that for a few years. I worked as a church consultant with Christian education primarily, and I have done a lot in the way of children and youth ministries. I currently serve as the executive director for Harvest Church here in Middle Georgia, and just love that. I kind of oversee all the ministries of the church, and I help with a lot of the administrative oversight also. So it's a big, fun job. And we started the church here 24 years ago. It was
Wonderful.
us and our 1-year-old and 5-year-old. We were sent to a church assignment at an intersection of Highway 41, Highway 96 here in Georgia. And so it's been a fun journey, and kind of our niche in ministry is reaching people who have previously been unchurched. So we've seen a lot of first-time professions of faith, but then helping those people to grow up into maturity, to become maturing disciples, apprentices, we often say, to be close apprentices of Christ. And so I'm excited about this cruise and getting to meet so many wonderful women and kind of come alongside them as well.
Well, that's exciting. And just on a little side note, we have a couple things somewhat in common. So
Yeah.
you met your husband knowing that he most likely and the two of you would be in ministry together. If you were to ask my husband, he would say, I married somebody that was a counselor, went into as a therapist. I never imagined that I would be the spouse of a clergy person. And then I
Oh,
also, too, when I was serving the local church, was a planting pastor.
oh, we do have a lot in common because I also have a counseling background. So that's
Wow, that's so
we have a lot in
fantastic.
common.
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
exciting. Well, what are some of the key themes or messages that you're going to cover during the cruise?
Well, I've thought about this because when you sign up for a cruise, how deep are you really wanting to go? I mean, you want to have fun, right? My hope is that we help some people make some connections of friendship. And one of my books, you mentioned the books, but one of them, I'm going to give a shameless plug here, but I'm going to be using this, is Thrive. And it's really from the book of James and overcoming hardships and how to thrive, even when everything's not perfect in your life. Sometimes I think women are waiting for all the stars to align so that everything's perfect before they can have the joy and the peace, all those fruits of the spirit. But we can't wait for that because it doesn't always perfectly align. So the focus for the times we have together, and of course, it's going to be beautiful, beautiful beaches, beautiful scenery. But when we get together, I really want us to focus on how do we thrive and find joy even when it's a bit of a mess.
Yes.
What does that look like? Let's don't wait for perfect conditions. Let's go ahead and thrive and find the joy, find the peace. I know for a lot of women, they're probably coming to relax. They're coming to connect with some friends or maybe make some friends. So many people don't have the network of people they wish they had. So one of the scriptures that keeps coming to my mind, it's a little unusual preparing for a cruise, but it's Proverbs 17:22. A joyful heart is good medicine. And I think for some of us, some of the good medicine we need is just joy, just laughing together. A couple of years ago, one of my New Year's resolutions or whatever, one of my goals for the year was I just wanted to laugh more, just wanted to enjoy life a little more. There's enough to be serious about, and we can go deep and still find joy. So I want us to dig deep, but also to really focus on a sweetness of just enjoying life in God's Spirit.
That is exciting and so needed today.
Yeah.
When I think about just all these things that we drive ourselves crazy about imperfections, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, relationship, or our bodies.
Yes.
I just think so. Your theme is so timely and so needed. That's
Well,
exciting.
I want to take a fun approach to a pretty deep topic because there are a lot
Yes,
of things that can steal our joy, but
yes,
ultimately, we're the ones who allow that to happen. So I can tell you
exactly.
because it is a cruise, this is a no shame zone. I don't care what you look like in a bathing suit.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
not going to worry about any of that. We're just going to have a good time being together.
Wonderful. So, thinking about all of that, what advice would you give women who maybe are a little bit on edge or apprehensive about signing up for a cruise, such as this, a women's retreat in
Yeah.
particular?
The great thing about cruises in particular, if you are a super extrovert, there's plenty of extrovert stuff to do. If you're an introvert, you've got a room to go to, there are quiet spots, there's a library on the ship. You don't have to go to anything. I mean, it's really up to you. You can do the meals in your room, or you can go to the main thing where everything's hustling and bustling. So you can kind of design it to meet your personality and kind of where you are. But if you're wanting to meet some people or to come with a friend, or maybe you don't have somebody you're coming with, then I think you can come and just take it at the pace you're comfortable with. I found this new term ambivert. I'm an introvert who knows how to use extroverted muscles. So I can be around a lot of people, but then I need some time alone to kind of
Yes.
refuel, and that's okay. I mean, I think part of knowing what is it that you need. So some I would say that take the pressure off of you. People are going to be kind. I'm going to be nice to you. So you got one person who already wants to be your friend and who's going to be nice to you. But we'll be getting together, I think, 4 or 5 times on the ship for the kind of the spiritual portion
Yes,
to get
yes.
together. And then, of course, there are activities you can do or not do. You can grab a book, but that's one of the things I love when like our whole family does a cruise. I've got the ones who want every activity, swim with the whale shark, do everything. And I've got a daughter-in-law who's like, can we sleep in until 11 and have coffee? I'm like, yes, you can do that too, whatever you want to do. So that's one of the things I would say, relax and lean in and give it a try, because maybe you'll make some lifetime friends here.
Yes, very true. And we have this is the first time we've done this coming up in June with our family, and there's 15 of us. And so my husband and I, with the rest, we're going on a family cruise. And that's one of the reasons why we also
Yes.
chose a cruise over other things, because you can be as busy as you like. You can have your solitude, the peacefulness, it's whatever that you're seeking.
Yeah.
And especially for the women's retreat cruise, I love the fact that you just you're going to build relationships in whatever level that you're seeking, and also, like you said, surprise level from time to time where you
Yeah.
build a lifelong friend.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, and thinking about all the possibilities, what is the most, and this is hard to come up with, so if you have to
Okay.
say multiple, what are you most excited about when thinking about this cruise?
I found in writing women's Bible studies that women are sometimes our own worst enemy, meaning we're critical of ourselves, we're critical of other women. It's just kind of a hard dynamic. But sometimes we just have so many questions. So I'm excited about just lowering all those walls, all those barriers, and saying, let's just have a good time and laugh together and have fun together. I'm looking forward to maybe for some people seeing that you can be in a Christian, wholesome, godly environment and have a great time with good people. It doesn't have to be wild. It doesn't have to be lonely. And maybe there'll be some healing for some people who need some healing. Maybe there'll be some friendships made for people who are lonely. So I'm excited about what the Lord's going to do that we can't anticipate. It's not like I have one big goal, but kind of coming into it open-handed to say, okay, well, what do you want to do? Because 100, 300, 400 women, I don't know how many we'll see in this particular portion of the cruise, but they're all coming from a little different vantage place.
Mhm.
But if we can come kind of with an open hand to say, okay, Lord, here I am, and this is a fun, beautiful atmosphere. But if you want to do something in me, let's do that. And then just seeing what the Lord might do with that. I'm also excited. I'm hoping that my daughter and my daughter-in-law are going to join me on this. So it's fun just to look forward to being with some of the people that you love so much, but also just getting to be in these beautiful places with new friends.
And like you said, there may be women on this women's retreat cruise that they're seeking healing, even healing that they don't realize that they need and they're seeking in the bonds and it's just wonderful. And I'm so glad that you said yes to this opportunity.
Yeah.
And I know that all those that register and travel on this cruise, this women's retreat cruise in January 26th, are going to be hugely blessed, and their life is going to be changed in more ways than they can even realize. And I'm sure you will be blessed and your life will be changed in more
Yes, I'm
ways
looking
than you
forward to it.
realize. Yes.
Yes.
So before we close, is there anything else that you would like to add?
I would just say if you're nervous, pray about it, think about it, and come on and join us if you will. We're going to have a good time. I love the Caribbean. I love the Caribbean, especially when it's not 100 degrees. So
Yes, yes,
January is a good time to go, and it's not just quite so brutal in the tropics. But I've been looking at the different ports, just so beautiful, such a good time to be together. And of course, great food, always on a cruise, right?
yes,
More food than
yes.
you can have. But I would love to connect with you. And so if you're thinking about it, come on. I'd love to get to know you, be able to pray for you and hear your story.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate it. And
Yes.
I am going to mark this on my calendar. You have
Hey,
me
come and join
very
us.
excited. Yes.
Yes, come. I
All
would
right.
love
Well,
that.
thank you so much.